There. Now we're kind of live.
Well, we're live, but
Yeah,
we're
we
not
are
doing
live.
the show.
No, not yet.
We're just
Not
here
yet.
for background entertainment. If the listeners have to wait on Kelly, no, sorry, if we have to wait on Kelly, the listeners should get to wait on Kelly with us.
Mm-hmm.
I think
the
that's
universe really should be waiting on Kelly, which is actually what's happening right now.
fair. I concur. That's where we're at.
Kelly is worth the wait.
I also concur.
Yeah. Plus, she's not listening to this right now, so it's actually kind of hilarious.
She might be. She was
If she,
on the live feed there with her phone.
Oh,
Huh.
yeah, there she is.
oh. So we can't talk smack about her, is what you're saying?
I mean,
Uh,
she can't
yeah,
really
talk
fight
smack
back
about
either.
Kelly.
So
She's like,
Oh, she'll fight back eventually.
well, there's nothing really bad about Kelly. It's actually sort of annoying. She's like super nice and she's good at shooting, and it's very frustrating.
Chris Nichols, we are not 911. How much longer until we learn how to kill zombies? I'm being overrun. Chris, those are children, buddy. Those are trick-or-treaters.
they want
Don't
candy.
kill them. Just give
Nor
them
wound
candy.
them, nor injure them in any way. You better specify.
You can contribute to their tooth decay.
That's true.
All right. I was going to say, I see a beautiful boxer, but now it's been replaced by a beautiful co-host. So I guess we're ready to roll. Maybe. Can we hear you? Can you hear us? Nope.
We can't hear her.
We
Can't
cannot
you.
hear her. We can see her. That's
No.
oh my.
Wow.
Good thing the audio's not enabled.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't hear that.
Some editing to do.
What did they say? It's children. They're better. They should be seen and not heard. That might apply to Kelly tonight.
Oh, she dropped out.
It'll be
Just
one of
like-
those miming shows where she what she did in Guns. She's gonna like act it out, and we'll have
Gonna
to
act it
guess.
out, yeah.
Yeah.
First word. Pussy. Adriel's pussycat is in his lap. Hold up your pussycat, Adriel, so people don't think I'm being weird.
Weird.
Oh, there we go. Instead, he gives. Oh, it's all curled up
cat.
and
Catch crotch shot.
yeah.
Crotch shot.
I
Every
like that cat.
every
Very
time I
good cat.
record or I have to do like a customer demo or something like that, it's like cat's like meow meow, just meowing. So it's like gotta pick it up so she stops making the noise.
Aw,
That's funny.
my cat disappeared a month ago. I miss my cat.
Oh no, seriously? MIA.
Yeah, little cat went missing one day. He's been seen around the street a few times, and then he just vanished that night. So
Damn. Sorry to hear that.
yeah, it sucks. I don't know if a yote got him or somebody grabbed him or he just took a wander, but I don't know what happened to him. So,
Huh. So Christina comes home and she's like, this cat stopped to hang out with me on my way home, and I had to stop and hang out with the cat, and we were like hanging out, and then I was like, all right, cat, you gotta like go. And she's like, I pushed it in the direction opposite the street, right? She's like, it was young and no tags and no collar, and like Simba's got a collar and a kerchief, and he's chipped and everything. No, Kelly, we can't hear you.
Is your mic plugged in? Is your mic muted? Do you have a mute button on it somewhere?
No.
Oh my God, her mic was muted.
Yeah, bitches. IP.
Tech
Okay, you know-
support.
Tech support, you will get a bill in the mail.
Tech support does it again. Kelly
It's been
doesn't.
a stressful night. I want to go home. Oh, wait, I am home.
You're
Kelly?
all home.
Doesn't Sarah Connor have blonde hair? I'm
Shut
just
up.
saying.
Trevor,
Hey, yes, I know.
you know what? I
Yes.
almost took.
Hey, I got one of them too, you know,
Yeah.
and I got one of these.
So do I.
What are you armed with tonight, Adriel? What
I've
zombie
got a
killing weapon
cat.
do you have?
I got a couple
That's-
22s over here too.
Are you pizza?
I'm a pizza.
Do you
I thought he
have
was
pineapple
somebody-
on you?
I was gonna wear the Hawaiian shirt over top and be a Hawaiian pizza, but
I think that's awesome.
I'm even way too lazy for that.
You know what?
Hawaiian
Pineapple
shirt over the
should not be
pizza.
on top of pizza. I'm
It
just
should
saying.
not,
Okay,
Kelly.
are we going to start the show or what? Like,
You lead
I
host.
mean-
It's all you.
oh,
Go
I
for it.
told you guys I can't read anything because I don't have my glasses. Just 1 second. Okay. I dressed up as Sarah Connor because you know what's on tomorrow night?
Terminator 2, Terminator, the
Yeah.
newest one there. Yeah,
It's 3.
yeah.
So, all right, he's
Oh,
rummaging
only
around.
That's
Suspect
Dave.
one's awful.
Dave,
I'm
Dave,
opening
Dave.
ammo crates. I need magazines.
Right, you know,
Empty
you could
magazine.
do that before the show starts. Just so.
Oh, Kelly.
Oh, you mean before you showed up? I had
Oh,
lots of time,
Dave.
too.
Shush.
You guys, can't we all just get along? We're gonna end up in HR again. Gonna have to have a meeting.
Mm.
I don't know HR.
HR is probably Kelly, so I don't know how that's going to go.
Well, it's gonna go well.
Okay. Hi, Dave. Did you put on pants?
Ah,
No one can
it's a
see.
mystery.
No one can see. Don't
We
worry
can
about
see.
it.
Don't worry.
It's a mystery.
That's
Maybe
why I
I'm
said you
wearing
didn't have to
pants.
put on pants. Okay.
Maybe I'm not.
All right. Let's see. All right. Are we live yet? Of course
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
live. People were
Yeah.
saying I need to put on a shirt. Okay.
Well, those people can
No,
shut
you don't.
up.
Yeah, they can just STF.
Just if you don't like what you see, change to Chanel.
Okay. We're gonna go live in about 2 seconds. Just cleaning. So I have
We're
not
already
done
live,
anything.
Kelly. Kelly, we're
I
live.
know, but we're not. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Slamfire Radio, episode 328 for October 31st, 2019. I'm one of your hosts, Kelly.
I'm Adriel.
I'm Trevor.
And I'm Random Dave.
Well done, everybody. And happy Halloween. So what has everybody got going on? Everybody's dressed up. Everybody decided that we were going to dress up for Halloween. So let's see. Trevor is Slamfire Radio Police, so it looks like.
I'm the Slamfire Radio ERT team. Yeah.
Ert?
Ert?
Is that
ERT, emergency response.
Yes.
tactical
When you're-
ninja?
What are you
Tactical
emergency responding to?
Whatever needs responding to. You know,
Missing
I
persons, and here you are.
I'm really a mall ninja. That's my thing. I'm dressed up as a mall ninja.
Your mall ninja?
I'm mall ninjaing. You can tell I got my schmog,
I see
right?
that.
I got lots of patches.
I see that.
I got pockets with stuff that is not
Stuff?
the right. Yeah, I got pockets.
You got the
stuffed with
gloves
stuff.
with the knuckle guards so you can beat people up.
Hell yeah, I do.
Stop being drunk. Ugh, ugh.
Let me punch you sober.
That's pronounced.
Let me punch you
Punch the
sober.
drunk out of you. Yeah.
And then we have Random Dave. Random Dave, what are you dressed as today? You're working.
He's not dressed as anything. This is just regular.
This
What he
is just
usually
what I
wears.
normally wear.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll be asking the questions.
And Adriel's dressed as a pizza. He's got my favorite costume on.
Yeah, I decided to go for something tactical and threatening.
So can you tell me what your toppings are, please?
Well, there's a green pepper on there. That's the threatening part. Too spicy
I
with those
love
green
green-
peppers.
What?
Oh yeah, green peppers are nasty.
Spices are no green peppers aren't spicy. They're bland and they're one of my favorite ingredients. What else you got on you?
Well, this might be like a Chinese pizza because I got a cat on me. It's a different kind. But,
Oh, the poor little kitty cat.
I wouldn't eat that one.
No.
Not that
Okay,
one.
Not that
so
one.
the
Stranger's
great
cat.
so the great debate: does pineapple belong on pizza or what?
No,
Mm,
not in any amount.
No.
Oh, not in any
I
amounts.
like
You're
like
saying
a little bit of
bit.
pineapple on
Okay.
a pizza sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if it's truly Hawaiian pizza, it's got spam on it too. How about olives?
Yes.
Do olives belong on pizza?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure, why
Hot peppers.
A little bit of everything. Get crazy
Yes.
with it.
No.
Hot pepper and pineapple. Very nice.
One of my favorite
Spicy
ingredients on pizza is zucchini and broccoli. True story.
stuff.
Cool.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
No, you guys didn't actually take the bait. That's too bad.
No.
Okay.
Kelly,
Why
what
don't
do
we
you?
Notice how I said nothing?
Yeah, I know. Why don't we talk about what we did in guns this week?
Wait. What are you?
What?
What are you?
Oh, okay. So
Busted back on.
I remember I said, I don't know, was that before we started or not? Okay, so I got my sunglasses on, my tank, my belt, because the belt she doesn't wear a belt on a belt loops.
No?
She has a
Maybe you should stand up and show us that again and like turn on the catwalk.
she's got an AK,
On the catwalk?
which I'm not allowed to have here in
Catwalk,
Canada. But she also has an AR.
yeah.
Here we go.
And just
Yeah.
like a Hollywood AR, it has no sights on it.
Yeah.
I
That
know.
won't stop you.
So actually, I got a red dot for it. I bought.
Okay, I was gonna say,
So I
Kelly,
put it
you've
on.
been working on that AR for years.
No, I didn't just buy the
No, I
red dart,
didn't
but I
see
just
it.
haven't put it on it. Okay, so I got that. I got my Glock. It's coming out tomorrow on a movie. So what is it? Who am I?
Sarah Connor.
You bet.
Sarah
Although I
Connor,
don't have blonde hair, as you said.
You used the wrong accent, Trevor.
Whatever. I'll be back. Oh, did you guys see the trailer, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
Did you see what Sarah says?
Yep. Sarah's walking away and she says, "I'll be back."
I'll be
Hmm.
back. Okay,
Yeah.
I have to put on my glasses because I can't see a damn thing with those things.
Contacts
I feel like it's gonna be
I can't wear contacts.
at all ever?
I wore them once.
I'm learning new stuff.
I can't wear them. My astigmatism, like Barn Boulevards, are bad. Hi, Brian.
Okay. So my astigmatism obviously is not as bad. I have two kind. Anyway, we're not going to talk contacts. Carry on.
Okay,
It's-
we're not talking
it's scary, so I don't use it.
astigmatisms. We're talking about guns today because what we did in guns this week is brought to you by the Calgary Shooting Center. It's Canada's premier firearms retailer. They have the Swiss K11 rifles in. They have matching bolts, barrel bolt, magazines, and receiver serial numbers. See, I can't read. The bores are very good. Now, what's the definition of very good, you guys?
Sharp rifling. No
Okay.
pitting.
They're very good. Metal 80% plus. Wood is very, very good.
That's
So
a good
guess how
price.
much they are, you guys?
Are they $479 each plus applicable taxes?
That's
That would be
scary, Dave, that
correct.
you could nail it like that.
I know.
Good guess. I was gonna say
So, yeah.
500, but I'd be dead wrong.
If you want a K11 and you don't have a K11 and you want one that's not been bubbed or messed with and has matching serial numbers on the barrel, bolt, magazine, and receiver, this is the one to get.
Right.
I
So what do you
mean, I mean, anyone can. You get a Sharpie and you can make those numbers all match, no problem.
You're not wrong, but that's not how these ones are matched. These are original matching, not SKS stamped force matching.
Right.
Electro pencil.
Electroplated?
Electric pencil. Just
Electric
imagine
pencil.
like
Sharpie.
yeah.
Because Sharpie doesn't ever come off.
The K11s are
permanent.
very nice. I have a couple of them, and I really like them.
You really like them?
I do. They're fun.
They're fun? Okay.
There.
Okay. If you want a K11, why don't you contact Jeff Reese at the Calgary Shooting Center, and just email him at orders at theshootingcenter.com. So let him know you want one. And Trevor, why don't we talk to you about what you did in guns this week?
Awesome. Thank you, Kelly.
welcome.
I went to Filthy's, picked Gallon up along the way, and Saturday morning we went to his range to teach a fundamentals class. Class was supposed to be an IPSC fundamentals class, but we ended up spending way more time on just basic fundamentals than we did on IPSC specific fundamentals. Well, the part of the class that they wanted more of was movement. They wanted some tips on movement. And so mistakes were made. I spent a lot of time on fundamentals. I didn't tell them the proper round count. I should have told them to bring double, but I told them to bring. No one actually ran out of ammo, but it was getting to the end.
That's good.
Yeah. No, it was good. They did. So after I showed them something, I had them practice it over and over and over.
Yeah.
Myself, I've been to classes where the instructor shows you a drill, you do it once, you move on. I'm sorry, I can't retain that way. I need to do the drill in order to have it, committed to memory and actually learn the thing I was just shown. I can't just do it once and then retain it. I need to practice over and over. So I try and make the drills that I do have them do it more.
Well,
Unfortunately,
if you just did it once, you may you'll catch the most obvious stuff and you'll say, whoa, this is the thing you need to work on for the next run. But then it would be nice to get a couple in there, right?
Yeah, so I'd show it to them. I'd let them do it. I'd give them one-on-one attention going up and down the line. It's a big class, so it's hard to make sure everybody got attention, which is maybe another reason why we lagged. At least I like to think I gave everybody some one-on-one attention. If I skipped over you, it's because you were fine. You didn't need one-on-one attention. There was a contest going between Filthy and Possibility to see who could get the most compliments out of me, right?
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Yeah, he told me I did it better than you did, so he likes me more. It was kind of hilarious. So
who got the most compliments out of you?
Oh, Posby. Filthy's dead to me.
Why?
So he wished me a happy 50th today. Just pretty low. So for the record, for the record, I'm 45 today, not anywhere near half century.
You look fantastic for 45.
Well, you look okay too.
Trevor, you look ready to storm a Starbucks and grab a coffee.
No way.
As long as that Starbucks is in a mall, I
Yeah.
will be okay.
Leave the guns at home, but the rest of you like fits.
Yeah.
Hit one of those supply sergeant, like those military surplus places on the way. Pick up a couple extra pouches that use Velcro and textile.
Molly.
Maybe a really terrible Chinese
I got
flashlight
Molly's.
that doesn't work.
You got some Molly going on there? That's
I got
good.
Molly on. I never
Um,
understood. Anyways,
Never understood Molly.
no, I'll tell you later.
Okay. So overall, the class went well, and I think everyone is ready to sign up for part 2. Part 2, we will hit the ground running with we'll get right into IPSC specific stuff.
Mall Ninja 101.
No, I don't
And-
teach that class.
No? What
Try
about
and make you-
Range Lawyer? Range Lawyer 101.
Well,
How
good
to
at
look like you're
that.
patching, but you're actually just patching one target and then walking back to the line.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah. I've mastered that. Yeah, I will teach them some range lawyer. I said, when I teach black badge, I teach you one way to draw. When you're an RO, I'll teach you how to catch what I'm about to teach you how to do. And then show them how to game their draw. This was the first time out with my Phoenix Redback. Let me just.
Oh yeah, what
that
happened?
here.
How'd it go?
It's phenomenal. The gun is a laser
like it?
beam. Your gun is a laser beam, Kelly. I stood on the line for their first drill. Matthew and I, when we teach class, we do a baseline. You
Okay.
remember this A drill? We do 10 rounds, 10 yards, 30 seconds.
Mhm.
So I got on the line with them and did it with this just to see where it was hitting, if I had
Yep.
to adjust the sight. And 9 out of 10 bullets went in the same hole. First time firing the gun.
Damn.
Wow.
Did you have a
Phenomenal.
big hole in your target though?
No, I did
No,
not.
that was
I had like a
pre-existing.
like a quarter size, loony size hole. So,
Wow.
yeah. And then I had to shoot Gallen's gun later, and I was doing something similar with his gun, and Reed yells over. So it can be done with any gun I see, or it's not just about your gun or something like that.
I'm
Anyway,
sure that gun's it's a sweet gun.
Certainly doesn't
Uh,
hurt.
That's one of the
Really
reasons
is.
why I liked that Matthew would show up with a stock Glock 17, because it
Yep.
would be like, yeah, you can shoot the fancy gun, but it's not the fancy gun. Watch this guy like embarrass everyone with with a stock Glock.
with one hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we didn't do any one-handed shooting at all. We just moved into other things. So anyway, the Redback was phenomenal.
What's that thing weigh, Trevor?
Almost 3 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, it's heavier.
Tiny rifle.
It's heavier than my 357 Magnum.
Wow.
To give you some context, like it's way heavier than a Beretta. It's heavier than the 1911s. Like it's just ridiculous.
So there's no recoil.
Right now, there's going to be even less when I knock some spring out of it. It's a little oversprung right now, so it's ka-slam. But other than that, like she sits pretty flat, no doubt about it. So adapting to a red dot is pretty different because you see movement in your sight picture more with a red dot than you do with an iron sight. So that's taking some getting used to. But anyway, I've had no problem finding the dot on the draw or target transition or even shooting on the move. We did a drill where we started on one side of the range and it was draw, shoot the partial target actually first off the draw, because there was a big open target that you would shoot while exiting. I didn't want them to shoot it on the move. I wanted them to practice shooting while exiting. Sometimes you can't shoot on the move, but you can shoot while exiting. So I was getting them to practice shifting their weight and finishing the shots and making sure they followed through. It was hilarious to see some of them. Oh man, we had one ADD guy in the class. He was amazing. It was so much fun to work with him. And like, he was running away, shooting at it with one hand. It was like Hollywood. It was crazy. It's like sometimes I just no, stop, come here. One guy was trying to run away, and I put my hand on him and brought him back. Like, no, come here. Anyway, so and then I put a piece of steel on the way to the other target array. So the idea was 2 in the partial, exit on the full target, and then as you're running across, as the foot plants, ping on the steel and keep going. Try and do it when the one of your feet comes down, make the shot, your other foot comes down, you keep going. You're never supposed to stop. You're just supposed to pause, shoot, keep going. No hard stop and hard takeoff again. The idea is to just kind of slow yourself, shoot it while stepping. Definitely a pause more than a stop, and then keep going again. And I was like, no, it needs to look like this, guys. And I just went back and forth, run, pause, bing, run, pause, bing. I couldn't miss with this gun. It was amazing. Sometimes I didn't even see the dot in the glass, and I was hitting the steel anyway. It's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. So after the class was done, then we went back to Filthy's for the night. And the next morning, Gallon and I went back to the Miramichi for an ORPS match, where we like to brag and say we've come for your medals and your women. Denied. Hard no. Matt told me before I got there, you can have my medals, but you can't have my women, and he wouldn't let me have either. I lost first place by one shot.
Oh,
Yeah. So and the son of a gun, I changed the barrel on his rifle for him. He sent his rifle up to the shop. I did the work. Denis had to do some head
You did a good job.
Apparently. He's like, oh, it's not grouping really well yet. But whatever, Matt. Bull shark. Gave me a false sense of security and then whooped me. Anyway, the match was run really, really well. Apparently, they listen to the show and make corrections based on constructive feedback that they hear on air. So there was some changes this time, and we still managed to have a reshoot. Totally our fault, not their fault. Even though we went through every stage description together. What happened? What?
Why'd you have a reshoot?
Oh, we shot the targets in the wrong order. T1 was at the back instead of at the front. Anyway, so and then the steel's breaking. They're on like their third broken plate, and I see on the on the
Have you contact or have contacted John?
Yeah, not an issue. He takes care of it immediately, and like I think he's even sending like complete replacement sets.
Are they cracking? Are you punching holes in them?
No, cracking. Cracking. They're breaking. It's like they're too brittle.
Like where are they breaking on the target? Is
on the bell is coming off the hanger and stuff.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. So, but I mean, he's good for it. So, I don't know, Kelly. Maybe he got bad AR 500. Maybe it's not tempered. It's too brittle. I don't know. So, I set in and tested my Stag 10 with Federal Gold Metal Match 168 grain ammo. I think I shared the pictures with you guys, didn't I?
Looked like a shotgun was hitting a target.
No, not that one at all. Douche. Anyway, it shot really well. It shot an inch or better for most of the groups. So.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. Nice. And then, most exciting of all, let me grab this here, show and tell. And I don't want to hear you guys run your mouth and say, shouldn't he be ready?
Shouldn't he be ready?
Yes, Kelly, I apologize. You should be ready.
Our listeners got to listen to this.
Shut it, Adriel.
What is this?
Well, this is a mock-up with an STI receiver set that I've got sitting around, That's
what it does.
Yeah, but I'm going to start building them when the Modern Sporter is done. So this is my international barrels, IBI barrels from British Columbia. We've had Ryan Stacy on the show many times. Yep. So this is my 7.62 by 40 WT barrel. This is obviously the most important. Yes, it is definitely beautiful. And I mean, the fit and finish and construction of this barrel is amazing. And it's obviously the most important component of the 7.62 by 40 WT build, but it's the only component that's different than in any other AR-15 223 part. When you convert it's just like 300 Blackout. The only part you change is the barrel. So,
right.
I've got the barrel. It needs a 936 gas block. So if you see here, it's a little bit bigger than a 223 gas block. That would be a 750. This one's a 936. Ryan recommended that I get an adjustable because we don't know exactly what the gas is going to be like on this. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go with an adjustable. So I ordered two at the same time. I ordered one for my SLR because my SLR has a lightweight bulk carrier group in it. Mm-hmm. So when those gas blocks come in and the charging handle comes in, I will have everything I need, with the exception of my actual receiver set from Alberta Tactical Supply. So that's what my Modern Sporter is going to be. This is a 19-inch 76.2 by 40 WT. I've already started to convert some of the brass. I'm waiting for the dies to arrive. So you take 556 brass, When it's at full length, you trim off 5 millimeters, or it doesn't matter. You trim it till it's 1.560. So that's easy to do on any bench mounted trimmer. So I'm using my Sinclair trimmer. Once it's trimmed to 1.560, the neck is completely gone. Then you lube it and you put it inside your 7.62 by 40 WT die, and that turns it into 7.62 by 40 WT brass. Measure it, make sure that it is the proper max length for that caliber, which is 1.565. And then you go ahead and that's it. Start reloading for it. I'm not worried about getting thousands and thousands of pieces of brass because this is not a 3-gun rifle. This is not a plinking rifle. This will be a hunting rifle. So I'm only going to ever make like a couple of hundred pieces out of Winchester 223 brass. So, and it will of course all be processed the nth degree. I'll deburr the flash holes and uniform the primer pockets, etc., and so on. And so yeah. All I'm waiting on.
You've described it before, but what's the difference between that and 300 Blackout?
Length, overall length of the cartridge, and therefore cartridge capacity, the volume inside the case.
There's more in that one?
Much more, yep. The best analogy I can give you is compare a 38 Special to a 357 Magnum. 7.62 by 40 is the 357 Magnum. 38 Special is the 300 Blackout. So
the question would be why?
Question is why? Well, I like the idea of shooting a 30 cal bullet out of an AR-15 size rifle at 2,500 feet per second. So I can shoot a 125 grain bullet at 2,500 feet per second. So I got a 30 cal bullet weighing 125 grains coming out of an AR-15, not an AR-10. All the other components are the same. AR-15 size platform, 30 cal bullet. It's meant for hunting, hogs, deer, medium-sized game.
So
That's the why.
It's not a non-restricted receiver?
Yes, I'm putting this on my... I wanted this caliber for years, Dave, but I wouldn't build an AR-15 in this caliber just to shoot at the range. But now that we've got the SLR and the Modern Sporter, I'm making this caliber a reality after all these years.
Looks like you get about 150 extra FPS out of a 125 grain bullet. Somewhere in there. So it is stankier.
Yep. Now, since there are some pretty good 77 grain options in the 223, and the difference between the 77 grain and the 110 grain on the kinetic energy is not super duper significant. So the argument could be made, why are you going through all this trouble when you could just shoot 77 grain out of your AR?
But it's 22 caliber versus 30. Like if you're going to go hunting, like a 22 caliber bullet with a whole bunch of lead behind it is not going to be as much expansion as a 30 cal bullet with expansion.
Yeah. For example, the first bullet I'm testing in it is a Hornady SST. I use 165 SSTs in my 30-06, and they've killed a moose, no problem. So the SST construction is a good hunting bullet. Yeah, so I'd much rather shoot a bear with a 125 grain SST out of an AR than a 77 grain.
Oh yeah, for dangerous game, yeah.
Absolutely.
So I guess that's the why, Dave. I hope it sounded logical and worthwhile.
Yeah.
And then I bought a ton of reloading supplies. I bought powder. I bought Alliant 1680 because Alliant 1680 gives the highest velocity of the data that I have for this caliber of 7.62 by 40. I bought the bullets. I also bought Spear 52 grain bullets for my 22-250 loads, and I bought a 4-pound keg of Red Dot for my 12 gauge reloads. So I got a reloading bench to rebuild downstairs and set up my turret press, my single stage press, and my shotgun press, and get to work.
Nice.
So yeah, that's it for me. Adriel, what about you? Oh,
No.
sorry, Kelly. You don't want Adriel to go next?
No, I want to actually just stop you for a second and wish you a
Okay.
happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, Kelly.
Happy birthday.
Are we going to sing?
Are you getting me?
What do you sing?
You're gonna what?
We're gonna sing. We're gonna sing you happy birthday.
We're not going to sing. We don't
Oh,
need to sing.
it's so cringy.
Singing is not necessary. I thought you were going to your safe to get me a present.
Yeah.
Megaphone.
No, you get no present. You get
Okay.
no present.
Trevor,
We just wanted to
Travis
say happy
from the
birthday.
chat there was asking why the need for the large journal on the end of the AR barrel isn't just more weight hanging off the end for the 950 seat versus the 750. Do you know why they didn't go with the 750, Trevor?
Maybe because the diameter of the barrel has to accommodate the inside diameter has to accommodate the outside diameter has to accommodate the inside diameter of a 30 cal. So the overall profile would be bigger than a 223, perhaps.
Is 750 too small for that barrel? Like, is that barrel bigger than 750?
Well, the journal certainly is. I don't know why, because it's maybe, they're tooled up. If they make 30 cal barrels, they automatically default to 936.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
I didn't question it. He told me, you're going to need 936 gas block, and I said, okay.
Yeah. You
Mhm.
just
What are you talking
listen.
about?
Yeah, Ryan talks, I listen.
Yes.
I
That's the way
question,
it
I
goes.
question a lot of people, but not that guy.
Yeah.
But sometimes you should question because you might learn something.
True. The question, it depends on the question, though, and how they're formed and what they're about.
I'll keep that in mind.
Travis
Okay.
wonders why not something cool like 224 Valkyrie over your 30 cal choice. I don't know if 224 Valkyrie is cool.
Because I looked into 224 Valkyrie, and to get the speeds that 224 Valkyrie are capable of producing, you're at a minimum 24-inch barrel. I don't want a semi-automatic rifle with 24-inch barrel.
That makes sense.
Alrighty. So, Dave, what have you been doing?
Adriel's next, Kelly.
That's
No.
not a knife.
Kelly's hosting. She does whatever
I'm
she
the
wants
host.
to.
It's true. A little bit, Kelly, and not ask
Dave,
questions.
what are you up to?
I fixed a nasty stoppage in my Marlin 1894. 357. I was shooting a vintage match, and I was under pressure. And I discovered that you can stick 10 rounds into a 9-round magazine on one of those things if you push hard
Sweet.
enough and fast enough. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
And locked it up hard.
Oh, yeah. Yep. The loading gate was completely jammed. The lever was jammed. Couldn't get anything in or out of that gun. So I had to take the tube apart, which I just kind of went at it with a screwdriver and just, cowboys take these things apart. Can't be that hard. And it's really not, actually. It's pretty good. So
No, it's not. Take them apart at the shop all the time to restore them.
Yeah, nothing to them. They look very complicated. I always think that those things are going to be like a Swiss watch inside, but they really aren't. It's pretty simple. So I disassembled it. The big trick to it was to take the screw off at the lever and pop the lever off the bottom of the gun, and then that freed everything up, and I was good. And I just dumped all the rounds out the front of it. The problem was that the lifter got jammed on the rim of the cartridge, so I couldn't push the cartridge this way, and the door was stuck, so I couldn't push the cartridge this way. So it's just completely screwed. So did that, got that freed up. So I'm going to carry a screwdriver in that particular size with me in my kit, just in case I manage to do that again.
Don't you have enough molly and pouches that you could just carry a screwdriver on your person, and you wouldn't even notice it?
I normally have a little toolkit on my belt just in case.
Just a flathead, Phillips, Robertson, just one of everything.
Lube, a little tiny rod for pistol, a couple screwdrivers, that sort of stuff. A multi-tool.
Fly swatter.
Electric fly swatter. So that kind of sucked during the match. So I got last place because I missed most of a match. So I just tanked.
Wow.
But there were only 4 people shooting, and I had fun. So
That's good.
it was vintage CQB. So we had a couple guys with Garand. We had a guy with the Enfield. We had a guy with an STG 40 or STG, not STG 40, the submachine gun, the MP40, whatever.
Really?
German
The blue line ones.
Yeah, the blue line ones in 9mm. So he had one of those out. So that was pretty cool. And then I had the lever gun. So that was fun. And so that's good. So I know how to fix those things now. And funny thing, the next day, I have a plinking day on the range. I'm running it. Somebody shows up with a Marlin in 30-30. I'm just thinking, I wonder if I should just mention him what happens to me. He did the exact same thing. He's sitting there talking to his dad, and he's just ramming rounds into the gun, and he rams like one too many in, and like locks the whole gun up. I'm like, oh man, that sucks. So you got to be careful with that with those guns. I guess there's a reason we use magazines.
Right.
Uh,
Well, can overload those suckers too, and all of our stupid pinnage and crimping of the mag body to restrict it. Those full length, they're 30 round mag length, but they're pinned to 10. You know what I mean? The new LAR pistol. Yeah, those ones. Yeah, so I did a mag change in the last 3-gun match on a closed bolt and jammed the follower into the
you
into the dimples.
seated her.
I did.
Don't. Yeah. No, I always tell people when you seat a mag, put it in and tug it. Don't jam it in because you do that and then you're screwed.
I'd jam them all in there. Just ram them right in. With
How's that
no
work for you,
regard
Adriel?
for the rifle's feelings.
I've seen too many people do that and either damage their feed lips or they bind the whole gun up and then it's like a 2-man operation to get the freaking mag out.
Mortaring
How's it work?
solves everything.
Air 15, click. It's faster too. What else did I do? Oh, I shot CQB match 2 weeks
Nice.
ago. I got silver in the operator class, so
Nice, good for you.
I kind of sucked, but I didn't suck badly enough to not get a medal, so that was cool.
Good. How many people were shooting it?
There were 30, I think it was 33 or 34 people, and I placed at 11th,
Congratulations, that's awesome.
top third. So
That's very good. Yeah.
pretty happy.
Yeah.
Just under.
Much
top third.
success.
Yeah, I was happy with that. I mean, I haven't shot a CQB match since this time last year, and only fired my AR at the Maple Seeds, so I was pretty happy with that. And what else did I do? Oh, I explained our concealed carry laws to a U.S. friend whose daughter has a stalker, and he's deeply concerned with it. So he phoned me up and said, "Yeah, how do we get her a carry permit in Canada?"
Get out.
And I said, "There's 2 people in 33 million that have a carry permit right now." And he's like, "What the? Really?
Yeah.
Really? 2 people in Canada are worth saving?" I'm like, yeah, man. So
Where is he from?
I can't remember which state he's from, but everybody in his family has a carry permit down there.
Okay.
And I explained exactly how our laws work up here for carrying, which is you cannot carry a weapon, period, at any sort. And he was just completely blown away that there would be laws that stupid, which I had to agree with.
Yeah.
So the final
Wait for it.
recommendation was maybe get some dog spray and carry it for use
It's
on dogs.
it's almost like they don't know that the rest of the world doesn't operate the way they do.
Yeah, he had no clue. I mean, he knew we had gun laws, like pretty pretty crazy gun laws, but he had like it's interesting when somebody has that level of freedom and that amount of permissibility. They just
Doesn't
it's-
compute.
no. It's like I told him that you have to drive to Mars to get your permit. Like he's just like, what? And I'm explaining it, and he's like, but that doesn't make sense. Why would they do that? Like, I know, man. Like, I had a friend years ago who had an ex-husband who had threatened to kill her on multiple occasions, and the dude showed up. She called the cops, and the cops said, "Well, is he trespassing? No. Has he threatened you? Not right now. Has he assaulted you? No. Well, then there's nothing we can do. Basically, call us back when he murders you."
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Okay.
Get over here and tell them to go away and not come back.
Yeah. So the answer to that one was, if he ever shows up again, you dial 911, say he has a weapon and he threatened you, because at least the cops will show up. Like,
Yeah, there's a guy breaking in my garage. Sorry, we don't have time to respond to that.
yeah,
Click.
I shot him. Never mind.
Yeah, I just shot a guy in my garage. Everybody shows up. I thought you said you shot him. I thought you said you were busy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was interesting. It's always interesting to see how things work when people actually, have rights and stuff.
And
that's
want to
everything
do
I
something
did.
reasonable, right? Want to their daughter has a stalker. Like, can we do something to defend her?
Yeah.
Not really.
And he's like running through weapons, right? He's like pistol, pepper
Nope.
spray. Can I get her a taser? And I'm like,
No.
all of that will land you in jail for 10 years should you choose to carry it for defense against an assault.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, Hong Kong clown world. I'm like, yeah, pretty much. And yet the gangbangers just do whatever the hell they want, and seemingly they're good to go.
Yeah, they can even get handcuffed, put in the back of a car, and still have their gun on them.
I I know that's a pretty good trick. And
A
you
pro
have
hip
to
gun.
get it out.
You like that?
That's
Yeah.
a good trick.
Gun
Yeah.
bands work, right?
Yep.
They will after there's a gun ban. That guy won't have a gun anymore. As soon as Toronto has a gun ban in the city, you guys will all be safe.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
Yep.
Yep.
City Hall is going to keep you safe by taking your guns away.
Exactly. And they'll take my alcohol away to stop drunk driving in New Brunswick.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. The
Wait,
sheep
what?
take
the
his
way it works.
alcohol. Yeah, if you take away Dave's alcohol, people in New Brunswick will stop drinking and driving.
Dave,
Same
do you
line.
drink? I can't remember.
I actually had a beer tonight. That is a bit, yeah. I
That's
know.
what Slam Fry does to him.
Once in a blue moon.
Drives
I wanted to
Triple
drink
open.
tonight. All right.
I will drink a
Good.
beer a month.
Do that.
maybe, So, or if Kelly brings her moonshine, I'll drink some of that.
Oh yeah. It's time to get it making because July's coming pretty quickly.
Oh, get on that.
Mm-hmm.
I am currently celebrating 46 years of sobriety.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Kelly. What have you done, guns?
What did I do in Guns this week? I went to Lower Trent Valley and I had a maple seed event. So it was a Shipasa there. So I spent most of the week getting ready for it. And then we arrived on Friday night to set up. And funny with the whole, it getting darker nowadays, earlier. Ugh. So how to use the car to shine the lights on the range so that we could set up. The range had some challenges, but we worked with those, and we had a fantastic shoot. Really, really great group of participants. The participants were all. The shoot actually sold out within the club itself. We had people traveling 2 hours to get there. They were members of the range. So they traveled 2 hours to get there. That's crazy. Anyways, I just thought that was crazy. But I wanted to say
You
thank you
thought it
very
was
much.
crazy traveling 2 hours to go to a maple seed?
No, to belong to that range.
Oh, that is crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. So I wanted
we
to
have
say,
some of that, though. Sorry, Kelly. We have people from the Quebec side. It's actually closer to come to Restigouche than
And
that
freer.
or nothing, right? Yeah, and freer.
I think, yeah.
Depends on where you live. I mean, I'm an hour and 5 minutes from my main club I go to. I just never go.
Okay. So I just wanted to say thank you to Adam Cool and also the club president, Dave. Dave showed up on Friday night and he was fantastic. They would like to have us back in the spring, so we're going to go there. We had 4 riflemen that scored riflemen. And the group itself was, as I said, it was a really, really fantastic group, fantastic shooters. Really, they were skilled. We had one lady, she had the most amazing job ever. So she is somebody that doesn't have a lot of experience shooting. However, she wanted to come and learn about being a little bit more prepared because her job is, what she does is she goes and collects whale skulls.
What?
Yeah. So she travels up north and she collects the skulls and brings them back and then she examines them. So when she's up north, she has to be able to protect herself. So she'll carry a rifle or what have you. And so, polar bears. What? Polar bears have guns? Yes.
Orca defense.
Gotta get the
So
draw
she-
on them.
So she wants to make sure that she is able to protect herself and is accurate
Nice. Good on her.
and things like that. So I told her she had the most awesomest job ever that I've ever heard. So yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. She wraps up the whale's head skulls and brings them back and examines them. I thought it was awesome. So so she learned a little bit, she said, and we had, as I said, 4 riflemen. It was a really good day. I got home a little late, and then immediately the next morning I went out and I went to Brockville. So I went to Schoolhouse 2.0, which is a new club that's in Brockville. It's an indoor range. The old CBSA sea cans, they purchased them and actually brought them to a school, an old school that has been sold out. So they made it into a shooting range. Why not?
I found
What?
right next to the building I work in is a Bank of Montreal.
Okay.
The first part of the bank is got 2 stories. The ground floor of the bank is about 50 meters long, and
Ooh,
about
perfect.
and about 15, 20 meters wide. No, 15 meters wide. It would be the perfect indoor range. I'm sure you could get by the time you get the backstop and everything put up and the ventilation, you could probably easily get. I don't
You
know.
have good ventilation. Go ahead.
You'd have 25 meters for sure.
Yeah.
There is an indoor range in Fredericton, and I wondered how this guy could afford to build this and maintain it because he's never open and it doesn't cost anything to join. Well, guess what he does for a living? He
I
builds ventilation systems.
Oh,
So using equipment that he already has and parts he already has and the knowledge that he has, he built his own indoor range using his own ventilation system so him and his buddies could have their own indoor range. That's what
he
he
doesn't need to be open. He can go shoot himself,
did.
right?
Right. So
Okay.
Like shooting by himself. He can't go shoot himself. That would be bad.
Yes, that'd be bad. So, am I allowed to go back to my story?
Yeah, sure.
So I went to Schoolhouse 2.0 because I got invited there by the Canadian University Shooting Federation. They asked us as Project Maple Seed to go to the event. They were having students from Carleton go. These students hadn't shot before, or most of them hadn't shot before. So there's 40 students that signed up for the event, and they got bussed in, and they were able to use all kinds of different firearms. There was instructors there, one-on-one instruction that was taking place, and I had my own little booth. They really, really enjoyed coming over to see me. One reason is because I had a 10-22. They were able to shoot another 10-22 down the line, but mine was a little bit more pimped out, as they said. The other reason why they like to come and see me is because I actually gave them all the ammo that they wanted, whereas they had to buy it at the other stations. So they got some instruction. They had some great fun. I was able to provide everybody with a trigger trainer. I thought it was hilarious. I said, here you go. Here's your trigger trainer. And I said, well, it's a pen. You can use it at school, but as you're writing your notes and taking your notes at school, I don't know if anybody does that anymore. They use computers now, don't they?
nah, depends.
So, anyways, I said, while you're taking your notes, you can practice your trigger pull. And they thought it was hilarious. They laughed. And that's about it. I think that's all I did with guns, I think. Yeah. Adriel, what about you?
Let's see. I went to the range on Saturday, Sunday, can't remember, one of those days. And I took a whack of guns out and shot a bunch of stuff. I shot that Turkish bullpup shotgun thing. Needs to be worked in. I need to shoot a bunch of 3-inch shells through that thing to work it in. It shot the 3-inch stuff great. The 2 3/4.
2 3/4 that didn't eject, didn't have enough oomph.
Yeah, needs some more working in, some more abuse to run that stuff. So I'll do that.
What for the break-in?
Huh?
What for the break-in?
Yeah, what for the break-in, as you would say in New Brunswick.
Well,
Shot that Cadex sheepdog and had my oldest boy shoot it, and I was
how
just
that?
there's
like
no
it,
recoil.
Yeah.
It's so heavy, and the brake's effective, and like my kid has never shot long range, and
He had a blast, didn't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
I put him behind that thing, and I'm like, I don't know, try the 200, and he hit that. And I'm like, try the 300, and he hit that. And I'm like, okay, don't shoot anymore. I just got enough ammo to hunt with, really. I'm gonna hunt with that right there, that 14-pound rifle.
300 is not long range, man.
Pretty
You gotta
accurate.
Get 'em out to 6 to 1,000.
Say again?
You got to get them out 6 to 1,000. That's long range.
Yeah. Fun gun to shoot. I shot that white AR. I shot it before, but I shot it when it had a brake on it, and it was rude. It was just too much. The shooter got like meaty slaps against the face.
Meaty slaps.
And the people to the sides, they were like, "Oh no!" I don't care about them, but I was getting the slaps in the face. I'm like,
Really?
No, I can't do this.
Only on weekends.
Only on weekends. Only at night when the kids are in bed.
Okay.
So I
Oh my
swapped
God.
on an A2 flash hider on it, and now it's fine. And I'm going to use it at a 3-gun match on Saturday.
It
Because-
is quite amazing when you take the brake off a gun. You fire it with the brake, you fire it without, or you've got one of those closable brakes, and all of a sudden it's like there's like nothing there. It just
Oh, there's
works.
only
It's so
recoil and
wild.
barely any. I can deal with this. Yeah.
Matador Arms sent me a brake, the regulator. You can
Yep.
adjust how much it breaks.
Mhm.
They sent me a package for SummerSlam, and they sent me that for myself. And Anika followed up the other day. So, how do you like the regulator? And I was like, I knew this day would come. One of my volunteers put it on the prize table, and it got given away. I never even got to test it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Andrew from Patriot Podcast has one of those, and it's a lot of clicking to get the thing closed, but it works really well. It's impressive.
Yeah, normally you'd put a suppressor on top of your brake, right? It would that's what you'd click on over top. But those blast deflectors are nice. Like that 6.5 Creedmoor, I would have a brake on it, and I would screw on a regulator or a blast shield of some kind if I was going to take it hunting, because don't care about recoil when it's hunting. I don't really care about recoil anyways. It's like it's 14. It's so heavy. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But White AR, good to go for 3-gun. I'm glad I took it out because I thought it was just going to be fine. I'm like, I don't even really need to take it out, but I will anyways, just to make sure it's good for 3-gun. And I realized, oh, this bolt is dry, so I put a little bit of oil on it, and it ran better. It wasn't running that good. It didn't want to go into battery, so I needed a little bit of oil.
Yeah, it's like being wet.
Yep. Shot the GSG 1911. That was a lot of fun. Shot that NP29, the Norinco. I need to get a smaller safety for that one. The safety is in the way of my right thumb, and I can put my thumb up on top, but doing that, it kind of like puts all the pressure of the recoil right there on that knuckle of my thumb, and it doesn't really feel comfortable. So I think I'm going to get a smaller safety for that, and I'm going to mill the slide for a red dot, so that it's just all kinds of silly, because why not? I have plenty of other competition pistols that are good. The one thing about that Norinco that's fantastic, the trigger is amazing. It has the best trigger.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. There's no travel. It's light. It's crisp.
Did you give him the trigger?
Yeah, and my
You
slide, and
Oh,
one of them came back, and the other one didn't. But
the other one. What happened? What happened to it?
I don't know. You'll have to ask the captain.
Mm. Oh,
Trevor and the captain cracked the slide on it, but
Nice.
I don't know if it's Trevor and the captain so much
I
as
always thought it was just Trevor.
I'd imagine
no, Kelly.
whoever
No.
was doing it, the other person was right there encouraging him, just being like, "Yeah, a little bit more, give it in there, yeah, clamp it."
What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah. What do you think for one more twist? Sure, Cap. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, go for it. Yeah. So fun time at the range. I printed and cut up a bunch of Maple Seed target number cards.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna send some with Rick. I got a not a small care package that's going with him.
I was just going to say his truck is already full. His truck is going to be even
find some space.
fuller.
I got a couple bags of slings for him and some target numbers, and it's all got to
He's
go
got some
somewhere.
room on his lap with a dash.
Yeah, at least he can drop it off whenever he stops somewhere, though. Right?
He's going to be here next weekend because we're going to be having a shoot at CFE Kingston as well as FRPC. Those are our last shoots of the year, and he's going to join us for them. So,
I think
yay!
he's downstairs. I think he's downstairs at my house.
Is he?
Yeah, should be here somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's so small. You just put him in a corner and forget about him.
Give him the code to the front door, and yeah, that's what I'm doing this weekend is Maple Seed training, 3-gun, and more Maple Seed. So
Yes.
yeah, it's gonna be it. Oh,
More Maple Seed.
doorbell.
That'd be Rick.
That'd probably be it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was up to.
All right. Let's go to upcoming events. Doesn't look like there isn't anything. I just removed the Maple Seed piece of it, so I don't see anything new. If you have events that are going to be coming up, do you have a CQB match, Dave, that you want to talk about?
There's an ORA CQB match on Saturday.
Okay.
Go sign up on Gun Nuts. There's links there, but might be a little late to sign up. But hey, go sign up. Come up to Borden and shoot CQB.
See Dave. Yeah. Okay. If any of our listeners have events that are going to be coming up, I know it's getting into the winter season, but sometimes we have indoor matches. If you have events that you'd like us to talk about, send us an email with them. So at slamfireradio@gmail.com, and we'll be happy to make the announcements for you. The show notes are okay. Let's get into the news. Is there any news? There is no news as well. See,
unless you wanted to talk about that guy who got caught in Winnipeg with all the full
why
autos
don't we
and stuff.
Yeah, why don't we talk about that? Because you've been messaging us about it. There's no link in the show notes, but I think that we should really talk about it. Adriel, you're pretty up to speed on what happened.
guy in Winnipeg. Apparently, CBSA found that he tried importing a suppressor from China. So, if you go on Alibaba
China?
or eBay or
Okay.
something like that, they have gas line filters that are not gas line filters. They're ready-made suppressors. And apparently, he tried ordering one of those in July, and they sat on it, and they just busted him here in October, and had a warrant for his place because, hey, this guy's ordering suppressors from overseas to his house, and they found a bunch of other goodies at his place.
Okay.
Such
What
as,
else did they find?
a whole bunch of full auto stuff, some AKs, a couple of full auto World War II machine guns. Not a couple, like 4 or 5. Yeah, yeah. As well as some Uzis and all sorts of that kind of stuff.
So stuff that he's not
None of
allowed
which
to have
should
at
be
all.
illegal. That is unfortunate.
Okay.
Which,
now,
you got to wonder how that stuff gets into country. I'd imagine it's just been here the whole time, and no
Probably.
one knew about it, and he didn't register it when in the 90s or the whenever that stuff had to be registered, and has just been sitting on it. I'd imagine, or I can only guess.
The stupid thing is, why would you order a suppressor? I mean, if you want to be,
Right?
you want to break the law and make a suppressor, they're super easy to make. There's instructions everywhere. You don't even need any special tools or really anything, as long as you got a threaded barrel and a nut to fit it. So why the hell would you order them?
Maybe they thought
to,
like the
too
gas
dumb.
line filter would get through.
But they're easy to make. Like, why would you take that chance? Like, duh.
CBSA knows what's going on, man. They know who these companies are. They know these addresses. You know what I mean? Like,
You're giving them way too much credit, Trevor. Like way too much credit.
hey, they caught this guy, didn't they?
They caught this guy.
it
But
worked.
how
Remember,
many pistols are coming over the
Ours
border? How many
works.
other stuff is coming over the border? They caught
lot.
this guy.
yeah.
I talked to a guy who worked border stuff at the airport, and he said they catch a tiny percentage of what's coming.
Yeah.
But
The
it's
risk
just
is
way-
high. Like you would like if I was sitting on a huge collection of illegal firearms, I probably wouldn't be doing risky stuff like that because it just seems like
Stupid.
yeah, too
He
high a
probably
risk.
just got lazy. I wonder how many other things like that. Like maybe he got those AKs in the mail. Who knows? He's just like, whatever, man.
Seems like a good deal. Yeah, can you mail it to Canada? I don't know. Let's find
I
out.
wonder if he bought it on Wish.
I was just thinking it's probably Wish.
That's
Some of the
hilarious.
stuff I've seen on there is hilarious.
Yeah.
Airsoft suppressor. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Flashlight. Mm-hmm.
Flashlights, yeah.
All right. Why don't we go on to new gun stuff?
Cool.
The Dan Wesson.
Yeah,
Mm.
I know you've seen this one. This is
Yeah.
the Dan Wesson DWX. It is a fine CZ75 pattern pistol. I think they said they used 1911 trigger in here. A 1911
looks like
trigger.
CZ75 1911 is what it is.
Yeah.
Fire group out of a 19 Dan Wesson 1911.
CZ bought Dan Wesson.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Right then.
Very
Yeah.
interesting.
So what you have is you have the top. It looks like a 1911, only what CZs are known for is a low bore axis for a hammer fired gun. And one of the ways that they achieve this low bore axis is the fact that the slide fits down inside of the frame as opposed to over top of the frame like a 1911.
Okay.
So because the slide is down inside the frame, everything gets lower. So imagine taking a 1911 style upper and putting it onto the frame the same way a CZ fits onto the frame. So you've got a 1911 trigger, 1911 hammer, 1911 safeties, 1911 sights, but it's in the frame like a CZ. So you've got on the bottom end of this pistol a CZ grip. So it's got CZ ergonomics on the bottom, CZ low bore axis on the top with 1911 stylings and trigger and controls.
And capacity of a CZ magazine.
Of a
I think
double
they
stack.
used a PO7 mag for this instead of the CZ75, but it's got a beaver tail. It's got a safety like a 1911. All that stuff is straight up 1911. The bore axis, the slide looks bigger and chunkier than a CZ75, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Look like they
And-
machined it down as much.
Well, a CZ75 is actually a very, very small full-size gun.
Mm-hmm.
So they've made this 1911 size. So that's why it looks so big up top
Yeah, that's-
compared to a CZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting. This is
Yeah, I like it. It's pretty.
super interesting. $1,800 MSRP, which is up there. But I think if CZ does
American.
if they do their pricing like everywhere else, it'll be that price in Canadian dollars in Canada.
So I'm looking forward to seeing this at SHOT Show, which means that we won't get it for like 2 years.
Especially
No
a
doubt.
cool gamer gun like that.
But this is a gamer gun. What game it's going to fit into? It's not
it's
IPSC legal.
single action. Right.
I mean, it's a good limited or whatever other
Mm-hmm.
place you might put it in US or in 3-gun.
Couldn't shoot IPSC with that?
You could in standard minor if it fits in the box. It'll never be production because it's not striker fired, double action only, or double action, single action.
Single action only.
Gotcha.
Cool.
All right, let's move on to Spectre Ballistics.
Yeah, I want to show this one just because it's a nice shiny middle finger. This is, and it's not the
Okay.
first time they've done this because they also just got their FRT on their C71, which is their 1022 that uses 5.97 mags.
I wonder if they know they don't need an FRT number for a gun made in Canada.
They do.
They don't.
They just wanted it anyways. You
They
don't
do
need
know,
it,
but they want it. Okay.
but
Alright.
Probably because everybody on CGN is going to be going, it's an FRT.
yeah.
Shut up.
Now this is a what do you call it? A bolt action, 223. I guess you
Yep.
would say. It's just a receiver set, but you'll be able to use a whole schwack of your AR parts on it, and it's got a bolt that can be used, I believe, right or left, but left is clearly the superior choice for the bolt. And
I wonder if it's going to be like the British bolt action AR, where the still gas operated, the gas pushes the bolt back, but it locks back.
Yeah, and then you hit
And-
the release.
Yeah, and you hit a release.
yeah, no, this one is straight up just straight pull bolt,
Mm.
Wow.
which is a choice, right? You can do the
I'd rather have that where it locks back and all you got to do is hit a button. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, the only problem with those ones is last I heard, they're prohibited now in Britain, but they were, I think, like $5,000. Something ridiculous.
Of course
like that.
they
Wow.
will.
that's because it's
Yeah.
in Britain. Yeah,
That's true. They were insane.
yep,
That's a cool idea.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean straight bolt's fine too, but it's probably so wouldn't even have a spring, or would he bother having a spring? You might as well leave
No.
everything alone.
No, why? Like if you could, if the BCG is nice and compact, I don't know if this is how they're designing it or not, but if the BCG is nice and compact, you could run a folder on it and have nothing in the tube.
Yeah, but I would, to design it as simply as possible, I would just make it so you took out the gas tube, you turn the gas block around.
Mhm.
I would attach a bolt that would come out the side of the receiver, so the gas key would be removed and a modified gas key would be put in its place that had a charging handle that would come out ambidextrous, whatever side.
Mhm.
And you would fire the gun, bring the bolt back, and let it go, and the spring would chamber the next round.
Oh, I get what you're talking about. Yeah, that's kind of an interesting idea. Just rack it
Right.
back and let go. Assisted
that'd be
loading. Interesting.
Interesting.
Right? They've got the button in England, gas operated. Well, we might lose the gas component, but we could keep the spring component, right? So we manually open it and then just let it go. So it's straight pull it back, let it go. The spring chambers the next round.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting idea.
Well, let's do it. In case that's not what they're thinking of, let's do it. You got some CAD skills? Let's draw this thing up. Matthew and Owen is like, we need a Beowulf mag, and then they made like $1 million. So come on, Adriel, this will be our thing. Let's do this. Let's design a bolt action, spring loaded, whatever AR-15.
So the Spectre
Do they know
called the
they've
Ghost.
made $1 million yet?
I don't think they actually made $1 million, but they started buying little ultralights and opening a flight school.
That's true.
Airplane money.
Yep.
Yeah, this next one here, if you want to get an AR-15 lower, you can get one from I Run Guns. They've got Anderson Manufacturing AR-15 stripped lowers for $30 US.
Jesus.
Which is ridiculous.
$30.
Yeah, order a bunch though, because the shipping. I
It's
guess the
crazy.
shipping's cheap. It's like 25 to 50 bucks, something like that.
You and your
Last
friends
time I
just
ordered
order a whole pile of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the next thing I had here?
Ollie's Armory has ATI Omni lowers for $75.
Yeah, if you're looking for something in country,
Canada,
Ollie's has some ATI Omni hybrids for $75. That's
Excellent.
tax included with shipping.
Tax included with shipping, so
Yep.
it'd be cheaper to actually go with that than the iron gun.
Maybe, Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
but it's plastic and not metal. I suppose that would
Well.
still be good if you just wanted to get in the game.
Okay. The Lask.
Delask has some Kid 22 LR match barrels. If you're looking to up your 1022 game, they're $3.99, so they're quite expensive, but they're fancy barrels.
They are nice barrels. I have a few
Red
friends that
muzzle,
have them.
too.
And they have a muzzle thread protector, so you can put on a brake
Yep.
to tame that 22 LR.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
That, flashback in the face.
Yeah. This
All
last
right.
one, Trevor, you should be interested in this. Freedom Ventures is coming soon. PCC magwells for the FX9 and the Ruger PC carbine. So,
Yeah, Wes turned me on to that last week sometime, but
Mm-hmm.
was super excited to find out that Freedom Ventures is going to be carrying them. They're over $100.
yeah,
you know.
113, but it's
I mean,
Delrin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is Delrin. It's really good stuff. I mean, I've got my FX9 magwell right here. The only problem is there's no real permanent way of attaching it. The screw holes that are molded into it are on the bottom. Well, there's nothing to hold it to the gun. You put screws in it, literally pushes it off the gun. The screws got to be on the side, which is no problem. I was going to drill it and tap it, but
Or JB Weld. There you go.
yeah, I would go with something like a silicone before I'd start JB welding plastic to aluminum.
Coward.
Yeah,
Get the torch out, melt it, and stick it on. You're good.
Yeah. What about,
Oh, man.
crazy glue?
that's what I
works.
tried, Kelly. Didn't last one mag change.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Why don't we go on to the main topic? Now, the main topic is something that we put out to the listeners. We asked them about they would. It's Halloween and it's Trevor's birthday. So, what scary topics are we going to be looking at tonight? Did we decide on one, you guys?
Well, I
thought
threw out
we
the
were gonna do
idea
the-
before the show about you guys pick the animal or monster rather, and how you would tackle it.
Yeah. I like that idea.
Okay.
Okay, I want zombies.
You want zombies? Okay.
Take Wendigos.
Does anybody else want zombies?
Chupacabra
No,
for
you're
me.
gonna have zombies. Those are off.
Chupacabra,
What?
good. He's gonna go with the chupacabra,
Oh, okay.
the goat bloodsucker.
Okay. Adriel, what are you gonna go with?
He's going with the
Chupacabra.
chupacabra.
Oh, I thought
Oh,
it was
yeah.
Dave.
Oh,
Sorry.
I
sorry.
said Wendigo.
Oh,
A what now?
Wendigo.
What the hell is that? I know cryptids. I never heard of this thing.
It's a mythological man-eating creature, or evil spirit from the folklore of the Native American Algonquin tribes.
It is.
It's horrifying. Story.
Wendigo.
Yeah.
Is it just another word for Sasquatch, or is it a different thing?
no, it's a
No.
different thing.
No.
What is
it's,
it?
It's a human being who's been possessed. So there's
Right.
you go eat some people and
Oh,
you turn into one of these things.
And then
Oh, he ate some bad mushrooms.
yeah.
Peyote.
Yeah.
No,
we
eats
don't
people.
have peyote up here. Okay.
Maybe you don't.
But yes.
Don't be a
Wendigo.
cannibal. You turn into a Wendigo, and then
It was twice, Adriel. Twice you made me choke on my water tonight. Don't do that.
How about
Oh,
you, Kelly?
geez.
What are you going with?
I don't know. Why don't you guys go first, and I'm going to think about it because I want to actually. I don't want mythological. I want something
This is
that's
not how we
true
prepare
to
for
life.
monster invasion.
Listen, I had a meltdown on my computer this evening while I was trying to figure out all this stuff.
And now you're getting eaten by Wendigos, zombies, and
Wendigos, yeah,
And the goat sucker.
and the goat sucker. Okay, so Trevor, why don't you go first with respect to a zombie?
Okay. So at first I was thinking this is the only good reason to have a 300 blackout. You get a short carbine, 10.3 inch barrel, suppressed, subsonic, and 300 blackout makes sense to me for this job. But then I got thinking, nope, I got an even better solution. Same size gun, maybe suppressor, but chambered in 9mm. That takes Glock magazines. There's billions of Glock magazines out there in all kinds of different stick sizes, from 17 capacity Glock 17 mags all the way up to 33 sticks. Plus, the USPSA guys now are putting extensions on their big sticks to have like 34, 35, 36 rounds, right? So a PCC in 9mm, with good quality factory hollow point ammunition, Glock 17 on your hip, PCC, low recoil, quiet, effective out to 100 yards. That's it. That's my zombie defense this year. A PCC and a sidearm, both chambered 9mm, both set up for Glock magazines.
I have one more thing for you there, Trevor, though.
Okay.
To really be Mall Ninja and really have zombie defense,
Mhm.
I have a really cheesy knife
Mhm.
direct from China. Look at that thing.
Why do you have a Chinesium knife?
I don't know. I bought it when I was like 15. I thought it was cool because it was.
Oh, okay. You still have it. Cool.
Oh yeah, that's.
If it's-
Oh yeah. Serrated
it's all
both
the f-
sides. Yeah.
So impractical, serrated. Now you're Mall Ninja.
You're right, but I'm not Mall Ninja enough, but I'm still going to use my Glock knife.
Ugh.
Well, it's a gift from McClatchy.
Ugh.
Really?
Yep. He gave it to me
Nice.
for Christmas one year.
Oh,
Aw.
He also gave me my machete, too.
Aw.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Is that effective?
I like it.
2 guns, 1 caliber, same magazine.
Yeah. Very good. I don't know if I'd bother with the suppressor, but seems like extra weight for no reason. You're shooting zombies. Come on. They know you're.
Well, so I watched Zombieland to prepare for this before the show tonight.
Oh,
'cause
really?
It's important to do research.
Mm.
And, there was some shooting from inside the vehicle. And, of course, in the movies, it doesn't hurt you. But you may have to shoot your little PCC inside the vehicle. And, I tell you what, Dave, suppressor that's, quick detach. How's that?
it's a good idea.
Just leave it on.
Or
a good
just leave
idea.
it on.
Yeah, just
Go with a
yeah,
10.3. Yeah. And let's face it, Dave, a 9mm suppressor is not like a big rifle suppressor, right? It can be a 4-inch can and still be effective enough to protect your hearing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, all right. Well, you've justified it.
All right.
I like it.
PCC and Glock handgun for the win.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right.
Okay. Dave, what about you?
Wendigo, already explained what that is. And
Right.
Little North American Indian, whatever they're calling themselves these days.
Indigenous.
Native American. Indigenous today. I actually have a
Yes.
native friend who I used to work with, and he'll call me every so often and update me on what he's called that day.
It's whatever you. Yeah, it's whatever. It's the flavor of
He's
the day.
hilarious.
It's not the
Yeah.
flavor of the day. It's Aboriginal groups in Canada include the Métis, the Inuit, and the First Nations. That's it.
Native Americans. We'll go with that.
We're not in.
Nations.
Oh, Jesus.
And if I've offended, I don't know, whatever, Aboriginal, I don't know. If I've offended a bunch of people, well, too bad. I have a right to not be offended. Live with it. Well, it's
Anyways, okay.
The least offensive guy in our show just became the most offensive. I'm so proud of you.
Well done.
Yeah.
yeah, well done. Way to
true.
step up.
Thanks.
It's okay.
Uh,
We still love
uh,
you, Dave.
aw,
Our Aboriginal listeners don't, but that's because you're a bigot.
I'll accept that. Sure. Why
Okay.
not?
I'll
There
give
you
him a teaching when I'll see him next. Okay, go.
So for any type of monster, as far as I'm concerned, can't go wrong with an AR-15. So when to go hunting, gonna go AR-15.
Okay, so how's it going to be effective? Like, really? Come on.
How are you going
How's
to
it
shoot
gonna
a
be
Wendigo at night with that scope? Come on.
Right.
You don't even have a light on that thing. You have
no,
a
I
dinky
could
light
throw
on your head. You need a weapon mounted flashlight. Come on.
Dinky.
I would possibly throw a firearms mounted flashlight on here, yes. But other than that, I've got my adjustable scope, so I'm good CQB. I'm good out to I've shot this thing out to like 800 yards, and I can hit stuff with it. So I'm good close range. I'm good long range. I got my handy dandy full cap magazines. But when the zombie armies arrive, not doing that beforehand, of course, and only if the government then allows it when the zombies arrive. So I got lots of ammunition.
They'll be coming to your place. You know that.
Oh, yeah. Military
Oh,
and
yeah.
police use 5.56, so I'm good to go if I have to go get some ammo from the mill or the Leo guys.
Right? That's what I'm
Interchangeable.
thinking. Stick
Yeah.
with common calibers.
Absolutely. Plus Canadian Tire. Ammunition, magazines, compatible with our Leo and military people, so I'm good to go on that. And 223 will drop a zombie real good, as well as the Wendigo. I like the cartridge. I can get it anywhere. The gun's great. I can get parts everywhere. So, AR-15.
So maybe I want an AR-15 in 9mm just to be safe.
Could do that as well.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Neat.
Essentially, the answer to anything with a gun is what gun will be adequate for the task, and if it's an adequate gun, it's generally AR-15, as far as I'm concerned,
Right.
or shotgun. But
Or shotgun.
Shotguns are too slow to reload. We've talked about this a million times.
How
I
many
know.
shots can a Wendigo take though? Like I feel like after like 2 or 3 buckshot, it's slowing them down.
We should kill him dead.
assuming you're only facing one, but I
I
think they're solitary, so you're probably good.
think they'd be solitary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they seem to be. There you go.
Okay. All right. Adriel, what about you?
Okay, so Chupacabra. I think this is Mexican, right? Mexican.
Well, I mean, it's all over the
South
southern
America.
South America up into the southern United
South
States.
America. Okay, well, I was wondering which country because it would like change my answer. I think if it's
Anywhere where there's coyotes, because all the chupacabra is a coyote with mange.
it's a whole bunch of places that could be. No, it's not. It's a real thing. It's a goat
Oh,
sucker.
right. Okay.
Shh, come on.
Sorry.
Take your coyote away.
Yeah, I believe in
think I would.
Bigfoot, but not the chupacabra. That's where I draw the line.
Yeah. I think I think I would go with like a Mexican Mauser. They made some Mausers in 30-06. I could take one of those. And I'd get one of those sawback bayonets. I think that would be the clutch item to throw on that rifle is one of those sawback bayonets. They're those huge ones, those Pioneer ones. Yeah. Yeah, cuz like
Short sword, essentially.
yeah, Chupacabra, it's like one shot of that 30-06 out of a Mauser, she's toast. And if you need a follow up, you can get a quick one off and then just get in there with the sawback if you need to. Chupacabra's over.
Nice.
Chupacabras over.
Yeah, it's what's for dinner.
No pizza
Coyote with
is
mange.
what's for dinner. I'm
It's
hungry right now.
Chupacabra pizza. This is you mangle it and you throw it on your pizza as topping.
Nice.
Delicious.
Okay.
I think that's what
All
I'd
right.
go for. Yeah, Mauser.
All right, Kelly.
Strip
All
clip
on
fed.
you.
All on me?
Friendly to Canadian law at this point as well.
Okay.
Good point.
Awesome.
Good
All right,
point. I'd
so
have to
I
get
was-
attacked at the range by my Wendigo.
It'd be interesting to have them all at the range. We could have like a battle royale.
Doesn't seem
Right.
fair.
A monster
Uh-huh.
mash. So,
Well, I'm gonna add mine to the list. So it's a T1000 because it's Terminator, right?
Oh,
Originally,
that's a
I was
hard
gonna-
one.
Oh, I know. So I was trying to think because what I would use. Obviously, an AR would be effective. An AR-15.
Maybe if
kind
it
of
was chambered in 7.62x40.
oh,
It'd be effective. Shotgun as well, but you really need something with a bladed weapon because it's actually liquid, right? So
so
What
maybe
do-
like a Swiffer, something absorbent, so it goes all liquid, and you just like throw a ShamWow on it. Done.
ShamWow, because it's like mercury. It attracts, right?
Just ShamWow that stuff. Done.
ShamWow it.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that in the movie. Just like toss a
ShamWow?
blanket on it.
What if you shot magnets at it, and each magnet
That
took
would-
out like a whole bunch of steel with it?
That's a really good idea. Why don't you actually use magnets?
Is it ferrous though?
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
You'd have to walk up, stick a magnet on it so it would stick.
Oh,
Okay,
one of those
so-
magnet mines that you put on a tank. Go stick one of those guys on it.
Yeah.
He's not magnetic. He spends the whole time using weapons and driving cars and stuff.
Well, he's not magnetic, but is he?
But he's
ferrous?
a
Is he
liquid
ferrous?
metal.
Like, will magnets
Yeah.
stick to him?
If he's Ferris, one of those magnetic mines, it's good
Yeah.
for if it's good for a
Stick in a
Tiger
tank.
tank, it's fine for him.
You can't blow his parts up small enough, though. Like, even when they're just like molecules, they find themselves and come back together.
I mean,
Oh.
after he reassembles himself from a mist from the anti-tank mine,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to melt them.
you're in like Hawaii by that time.
You can't. You gotta freeze them.
Oh, why?
Yeah, but even when he's frozen, then you can't keep him frozen forever. You got to evaporate him. Completely evaporate them.
I don't know if there's
Yeah,
a weapon
okay.
that can do that.
Nuke.
Yeah,
Nuclear warhead?
Lava. Throw them down a volcano. And you're right, Kelly. A nuke from orbit. It's the only
Yeah.
way to be
It's the
sure.
only way to be sure.
Yeah.
Ah,
I mean, I think
So-
that a lav would be pretty effective. I don't know about lava. Just like hit him with a lav and
tum, 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 tum.
yeah,
Oh man.
yeah.
25 mil.
So what
I'd
are
slow
you
'em down.
using on them?
Well, I was gonna, as I said, you have to use something that's going to cut off his head, but I don't know. Like, yeah, I think we're gonna have to go straight to the nuclear warhead.
Just screw it.
Tactical nuke.
All right.
Yeah.
Back nuke.
We're just gonna have to go to it because it's the only way that he's not gonna, nothing's gonna do anything to him unless we actually just.
What
nuke him.
about Kelly? I don't know if you've given this. Maybe you have. I don't want to, accuse you of not thinking this through because you're pretty smart and stuff. But have you considered the fallout and the collateral damage at all?
That'd be her problem.
Yeah. Hello.
Plus,
No.
if the thing kills you, who cares if there's
Yeah.
fire right? You're gonna be dead. So
Yeah. Exactly.
Hmm.
Because at that point, right, it's all about protecting John Connor. So it's like, who cares?
It's just one
Plus,
nuke. It's not a whole
get rid of
bunch
the
of them.
trick.
Exactly. They do it all the time in, the Mojave Desert. So come on.
Fair.
why not in Kingston then? All right.
Well, yeah, Kingston. We're gonna have to just go straight to that because AR is pretty effective. Shotgun's
did
pretty
pick a tough
effective,
one.
but he's molten, so he's a metal that's going to just absorb everything, and yeah. So you're right, Trevor. Hey, Trevor, you're right. So we're
I
gonna
heard you.
have
Don't worry. I'm writing it
Okay.
down right now.
okay.
Maybe-
So we're gonna
maybe-
have to make sure that it's heated and just
Maybe you could use your nuke to crack the Earth's crust to get the volcano, and then throw them into that as stick guys.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
because it's not
true.
like you can just summon a volcano.
Or we can Saruman, right? We can get him
Oh.
to, Helm's Deep, and there you go.
Drag them off to Mount Doom, throw them in.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, let's take him
Put
to
the ring on
Mordor.
Okay. Take him to Mordor.
Don't give him the ring.
Then he's
It's
Saruman's problem.
Oh, it would be Middle Earth's problem. Come on, man.
T1000. That'd be a good crossover. I'd watch that.
We would all watch that. Come on.
Terminator
Oh.
versus Middle Earth. Hell yeah!
Yeah, who's gonna win?
Dumbledore would be so freaked out. He would know what to do.
Okay, seriously, we've incorporated.
Ruined everything. That's what
Yeah,
we've
we've
done.
just ruined everything.
Yep.
Well
No.
done,
Yeah.
everyone.
Tolkien
can't-
is rolling in his grave right now.
I come
Warp
up
speed,
with
Mr.
some.
Frodo.
I had some real good viable solutions to people's zombie problems, and now all of a sudden, no.
Oh,
Hmm.
Harry Potter. We can bring
Use
him
the
in
Force,
too.
Harry.
So much for all the practical advice we were giving away. Jeez.
Yeah, ruined it.
That did escalate.
Kelly's
quickly.
fault completely.
Totally.
She
It's
did.
always my fault. That's okay. I like that.
Supposed to be a monster mash, and she goes all futuristic on us.
Well, yeah. Okay. It's like these
Hey,
aren't real
no.
things, right?
This is- well, I don't know.
Well, the
Have you
T1000
seen some of the robot technology that's happening right now? Like, there's a Cylon out there.
Oh,
They've
I like
finally
the
done
one
it.
where
They
they're.
made a
I like the
Cylon.
one on the range where they're like poking the robot, whacking the robot with the hockey stick, and it's.
And they
still,
make
like,
him shoot
being
the dog,
big.
the
Oh, no,
Boston
no.
Dynamics dog.
Yeah, we're not gonna. Yeah, no, we're not going there. Okay.
It's like Old Yeller. They make the robot
Yeah.
shoot the Boston Dynamics yellow rover thing.
Really?
Had to be done.
Oh, no, it didn't.
Well, it's all
Okay.
in CGI right now, so
Yeah.
Okay, so we're pretty much done, right?
Yeah,
That'll be done.
we ruined it.
Okay,
Yep.
very good. Very good. We brought in Mordor.
Thank
and we
you,
brought
Sarah.
in everybody. Okay. Listener feedback in YouTube. Have you guys been paying attention? We've been pretty much going on as we go, right?
We have been.
I think we lost them with the with the random thoughts of
Yeah,
how
there's
to deal with
literally no
T1000.
one left.
Yeah,
I think it's a really good idea. If we incorporate, Harry Potter and Star Wars and Daggett. We need Daggett from Battlestar Galactica. Okay. Listener feedback. I did not check and see if we had any listener feedback this week, but because I was yelling at my computer.
let's just
All right.
pretend there is none, and we'll get it next week.
I don't
believe
think there
was
actually
any.
is any.
No.
But let's actually just go back and give a shout out to DC Armories because they're a sponsor for the listener feedback. So Armory DC Gunsmith is a full-service gunsmith who specializes in firearm refinishing. He offers hot bluing, parkerizing, and Cerakote finishing, as well as wood refinishing. Check out his online inventory of new and used guns, firearm accessories, optics, and more at dcgunsmith.ca. You can also follow him on Facebook and also on Instagram. I do go over there while you're at it. Also follow Slamfire Radio as well as Trevor Furlot, Adriel, who's the hunting gear guy, as well as 50 Cal Girl, which is me. And Dave, are you on Instagram?
Mm-mm.
You need to get on there, buddy.
You got to tighten up your Insta game, man.
Yeah.
I don't see the point. I got other things to do.
Okay.
That's a very mature.
Oh, you're
decision.
going to be all intelligent and mature about it.
Yeah, I just use Facebook to troll and screw about, and that's about it.
Well,
Okay.
you could do more of that. That's it. You know what? That's the only reason I have a Twitter account, because it's a cesspool.
That's the only reason I just opened one to tweet the Canadian gun control twits.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
the only reason I got it.
Go after the doctors.
Yes.
Okay. So everybody go on to Twitter as well and follow us there. And if you'd like to send us an email, send us to slamfireradio@gmail.com. We'll obviously read it on our show, but not only that, you can tell us about any events or any news or anything that's happening in your neck of the woods. Podcaster reviews. We don't got any of those either. It's a late night tonight.
It's Halloween. People are
It's
out,
Halloween.
rolling kids for their candy.
Rolling kids for candy? I can do
Either
that.
that or zombies just ate everybody. Or
Mm.
Wendigos. Or T1000s.
Mm.
Whatever
Okay.
Israel did.
You can't remember? Zydeco.
Chupacabra.
Chupacabra. Is that-
Why Trump's building the wall.
Okay, shout outs. Trevor, do you have any?
I to the everyone who took the class last weekend. A lot of them actually listened to the podcast, so I apologized accordingly. And we had a real awesome time. It was a good group of people. We had one guy there who hadn't taken a black badge yet, so I didn't know how that was going to affect the class. But John, I'm not sure if you're listening, but if you are, you did awesome, and I look forward to seeing you at an IPSC match. And everybody else, looking forward to hopefully seeing you at an indoor match in Halifax this winter, or maybe even in Fredericton, who knows. And thanks again.
Awesome. Okay. Adrian, you got one?
Nope.
Thank you. Dave Cracky.
Just to everybody who listens, you people are awesome.
Oh, what? I have one. It's just going to go out again to Adam Cool, as well as Dave, the president of the Lower Trent Valley. I just want to say thanks again for coming out, actually twice coming out and let us come to your range. Definitely going to be back in the springtime. So, and it's also close to home, so I get to sleep in my own bed. I'm like that. All right, Patreon supporters, we have new Patreonies this week. Just want to let everybody. But
We do. We'll get them next week.
so
Sorry, that's me. I apologize. I was supposed to put that in. My bad. I've been busy.
Just to let you know, if anybody is a Patreon supporter, we put out a bonus episode last week. So tune in. You should have already gotten it. If you haven't listened to it, there is a new Patreon episode available. And if you are a Patreon and you haven't received your swag, please let us know. Just send us an email at slamfireradio.com. Send us your address. Adriel will send that out as well. We wanted to say thank you to everybody who is a Patreon, because without you, we wouldn't be able to actually do this and talk about, Wendigo and everything else. Yeah. You can also help us out by going to our website. Go to the website and click on Cabela's. Once you click on Cabela's, you're going to go and shop anyways, right? So click on it and they'll send us a little bit of money as well. So, yay! Join one of our national firearms associations, such as the CCFR. It's really important that you do that now more than ever because we don't know what's going to be happening once Liberals make some decisions or how they're going to make decisions. And so we're going to be starting to talk to other groups and other political parties as well. So the CCFR needs your support. So go and join them. So go over to Gun Owners in Canada. By the way, we have a thread there, but we've had some good conversations recently.
Cool.
So yeah, go and check that out. I post the episodes each week, but as I said, you can have conversations with other people and, and us as well. We'll answer. Give us a like on Facebook as well. We are at 2,262 likes, and Trevor apparently put this in because it says that we're closing the gap on some homeless children. So fantastic!
Wow. Yes.
Yeah,
Kids are
poor
going
little
down.
children. Halloween, they probably didn't get any candy either. So.
No sympathy. They're going down.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah. Now people are gonna be like, "Oh, the poor
If you
children, we're
want
not
if
gonna
you want
let them."
candy, don't suck. Don't be homeless. It's like a prerequisite. Have parents and shit. Come on.
You guys are horrible.
What are they gonna do? They're gonna go out dressed as a box.
Okay.
Wow, Trevor.
Wow. All right. Thanks again for listening, everybody, and choosing to spend your Halloween with us. I hope that it wasn't too scary. And go out and, roll a kid for their candy, I guess. Good night, everybody.
Pro tip: they don't fight back. Well, they might. They're small, so you're good.